Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS Prelims Cum Mains (PCM) course provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE prelims, mains, and interview systematically. As a limited period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
A person is said to have integrity when his thoughts, words, actions are all connected. If all of them fall into a same straight line, then that person can be said to have integrity. I will explain with examples. Then you will understand. So your words should match your actions. If your words and actions are connected, and if one logically follows the other, you are a person of integrity, because there is a connection. It's integrated. So it's integrated. One aspect is integrated with the other aspect. So what can be the term which is opposite, somewhat opposite to integrity? Let's say you are attending UPSC interview, and you are asked a question whether there should be death penalty in India. Death penalty, like capital punishment, awarding a death sentence to some crimes. So let's say you are asked a question. Now let's discuss that in the class itself. Do you think that in India, I mean, in some, like in the world, only some countries have death sentence as the final punishment. Some countries do not have that, and death sentence also is awarded in different ways. In Gulf countries, it is in one way. In China, it can be other. In India, it can be in a different way. USA, it can be in another way. And there are certain countries, they have totally abolished death sentence. They find that as inhuman. There is no point in taking the life of one person for taking the life of another. That state should not take the life of anybody. That is also a popular philosophy in many nations. So what do you think? Should there be death penalty? Okay. Jaishil says that there should be death penalty, right? So what does Siddharth think? Okay, if somebody is taking another person's life, then he should be given death penalty. That's what you think. So is there anybody who is online who are thinking that there should not be death penalty? I mean, if you are, one person has taken another person's life, if we are also doing the same thing, is that also a crime? That is a question. So what right we have to take another person's life? And also it can, in some instances, it can be awarded maybe there can be the chances that an innocent can be awarded at a death penalty. I mean, our legal system is not completely false proof. Penalties should be given according to the crime committed. Heinous crime should have similar repercussions. Okay, fine. Suppose assume that there is a person in this class who think that death penalty should not be awarded. There should not be a provision in the law books about giving death penalty. That is inhuman. That cannot be awarded to anybody. And the first question of the interview board was, do you think death penalty should be there in the Indian law book? And the board might have mentioned the instances like most of the European countries does not have death penalty, and why India in this modern world is having such a draconian law, like taking one's life for others' life. Isn't it the same thing? And board might have given a background introduction as well, and then they might have framed the question: should there be death penalty in India? Suppose the candidate, let's take the name of the candidate as X, and the X answered, no sir, I don't think there should be death penalty in India. It's time that we should have removed such kind of laws. Then probably the board might have asked many questions after that, like, what is your hobby? What are your extracurricular activities? 4, 5, 6 questions might have been done. Maybe as the 8th question, the board will ask, you might have seen in newspapers there are many minor girls are raped and killed. on these heinous crimes, what do you think as the solution? Then this person X, if he replies, to counter such heinous crimes, we should take very serious steps. We should actually give award capital punishment for those persons who engage in these activities. Suppose this is the answer he has given. In the exam hall pressure, he might have forgot what the answer he gave in the first question. Maybe in the 8th question, what he did? Do you find anything different? He contradicted his previous stand, isn't it? In the first answer, he said that death penalty cannot be awarded. That should be taken out. In the eighth answer, he is saying that there should be death penalty for crimes like, rape of minor girls. So he's contradicting. So within a span of 30 minutes, he contradicted himself. He changed his opinion. So that shows that he does not have integrity. He's contradicting himself in a very short span. So that shows that he does not have integrity. Integrity means that we remain or we uphold our values, our principles, our viewpoints, irrespective of the circumstances. It's not like we don't change our opinion, but if we are changing our opinion, there should be some valid reasons, right? I mean, we should not be stubborn with all our opinions. If once we took a stand, that does not mean we have to always keep, or we should not change that stand. Of course, every human we should change their opinion if they are proved wrong, if they are educated or made aware by a other person that your opinion is wrong. There is another side of this. If he becomes aware, definitely he should change his opinion. But otherwise, without any other reason, just giving an example, he changed the viewpoint. That shows that this person does not have integrity, and the board will award only low marks for that person because he already contradicted. In a short span of time, he contradicted himself. That shows that he does not have an opinion of him on these. He will change his opinion if some pressure is applied. Are you getting my point? So, coming back to the concept of integrity, what we say should reflect in our answers. I will explain again connecting with the UPSC interview. You know the concept of body language, right? Body language. Body language is also something which the board may look at. I mean, most of the communication nowadays is not verbal. Most of the communication is actually non-verbal. We communicate a lot of things with other through non-verbal means, not only through verbal means, but non-verbal means. That means that suppose you are sitting in the interview board and you are asked a question like what steps should be taken to counter terrorism in Kashmir. You appear to be very weak when you are saying, sir, serious steps should be taken to counter the terrorism in Kashmir. The board will say that he said the word. There's some serious steps like applying AFSA in Kashmir should be there. There should be proper investigation of the crimes and things like that. But the problem with this is that his words, whatever the answers that should be there for that question came out. The words are there. But his body language is not connected with his verbal language. His non-verbal language is that he is appearing very feeble. He appeared to be tensed. So there is no integrity. There is no connection between his verbal language and his body language. Or another instance, let's say the prime minister of a neighboring country died. And a question came about that in the interview, and what can be the change in scenario in that country after the tragic death of let's say the prime minister died in a helicopter crash. And suppose the person answers that question with a laugh on his face or a smile on his face throughout, which may which may appear even awkward. The problem is that his answer may be very good, but the board feels that he is not empathetic. I mean, in words he may say that, oh, that is a very tragic situation, then but that weather is very unfortunate, see, the words came out, but his body language is not connected. That also shows that he's actually just faking his answer. He does not have real feelings. He does not have empathy. He is actually there is no sync between what he is saying and what is actually in his brain. Means his attitude is something, his behavior is different. So there is a disconnect. There is no integrity. If a question demands showing some emotions, on a milder note, you can show that. If a question demands expressing some sympathy, in your voice also you can modulate your voice to show that sympathy. I mean, then the board appreciates that. The board can also feel that. I mean, every answer should not be expressed in the same monotonous tone. Actually, communication is really an art. When you are speaking, sometimes you may need to make some pauses. Some silence also add a lot of value sometimes. So based on the question, kind of nature of the question, some questions maybe should add with a lot of force, emphasis. Some question may need to, we need to soften our voice, modulate our voice. Like that, we have to we have to practice it from now onwards, because your interview will come only after 1.5 years. Most likely your interview will be in the month of March, year after this. But in a short span of 1 or 2 weeks, you cannot change your personality. All my classes actually is to train you as a future civil servant. I'm not just teaching ethics. I'm actually your trainer, civil service trainer. That means what I'm saying is relevant to crack the exam, also to be successful after you become a civil servant. To become very good, to build and develop future capable civil servants is the agenda of ClearIAS. That is our mission. That is not just to help you crack the exam. We are creating very good civil servants. That is the mission of ClearIAS all about. So coming back to that, integrity is this, the connection between words and actions.